Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Now we have reached the end of the conference, and we are going to start with the award ceremony of the AGM GCPR 2020. I will start sharing my screen. Okay, so this year's GCPR has been organized by myself, Zeynep Akata, Andreas Geiger, and Thorsten Sattler. And the awards have been sponsored by Cognex. And we have Martin Schäfer, who is the Senior Group Manager of 3D Vision at Cognex Corporation, who is going to give us a 5-minute speech about Cognex.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much, Zeynep, for the introduction. My name is Martin Schäfer. I'm a manager at Cognex. I'm leading the Jena office in Thuringia, Germany. And it's my pleasure to be the sponsor for this year's awards. And maybe some of you guys remember from last year where I was in Dortmund and I was handing over, or I was also supporting the awards for the first time. Why is Cognex sponsoring these awards? I think it's very important for Cognex. Also, I mean, in the Americas, Cognex is very well known, but in Germany that isn't the case. Maybe some of you remember last year I asked like, who knows Cognex, and there were maybe like, I don't know, like 5 hands in the audience, and that's kind of the thing Cognex wants to change, but also I want to change because we are hiring in the field of machine vision, and it's important that people in academia, but also generally know about Cognex if they think about maybe their next employer. So who is Cognex? What do we do? In very short, so Cognex is a large company. We are our leader in the machine vision market. We have about 1,500 employees spread globally, and we deliver products like you see here on the screen. So we have a hardware engineering piece, but we have, I would say, even the majority is software engineering, and there's a crucial part which is computer vision. So what we do is we take computer vision from, let's say, a research part to marketable products. So one thing is to do your research, to do your studies, to do your feasibility analysis in the lab, but another thing is to deploy this performance repeatable at a scale of 1,500 or 10,000 products a year to customers like in the automotive industry, in the electronics business, or in logistics. And of course, and specific topic for us is deep learning. And we just recently released a product like the one you see in the center. I don't know, I can't point you to this one, but where you have embedded processing. So there are deep learning inference networks running on the device. So that's very important for customers because they don't want to run around with those bulky PCs and GPUs in a factory environment. So that's where we invest heavily. And there are 2 things how we invest. One thing is in hiring. So we hire a lot of individuals in the computer vision domain, but also through acquisition. And one of the big players in deep learning market products is VD, which we acquired already 3 or 4 years ago. And another company we acquired recently, like a year ago, it is Sualab. It's a large Korean deep learning machine vision company. And so I just want to say that in case you want to leave academia, or you will probably leave academia at one point in time, consider Cognex as a potential employer. We have several job offers out there. So they range from positions in Budapest or in Boston, where our headquarters sits. There are some in Aachen, and there are some in Jena, obviously, here as well. And so consider Cognex for your future. And with that, I hand back, and I'm looking forward to the awards. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martin, for the introduction, and also thank you for Cognex's support to our conference. Now I would like to thank again for for their contributions and their evaluations for the Best Paper Awards. Our evaluation committee is composed of Professors Joachim Denzler from University of Vienna, Wolfgang Förstner from University of Bonn, Thomas Pock from Technical University of Graz, and Margret Gelautz from Technical University of Vienna, along with us organizers, myself and Torsten from University of Tübingen and from Czech Technical University in Prague. We have evaluated all the oral papers, and we have made a short list among all of the oral presentations, which was a very difficult process actually. We took into consideration all the reviews from the reviewers and meta reviews and their scores, in addition to taking a look at the papers as well, and we have had a couple of discussions. Our shortlist is composed of these 5 papers: assignment flow for order constraint OCT segmentation, characterizing the role of a single coupling layer in affine normalizing flows, learning to identify physical parameters from video using differentiable physics, bias detection and prediction of mapping errors in camera calibration, semantic bottlenecks, quantifying and improving inspectability of deep representations. We wanted to include this in our slides because partially because we also wanted to show the all the variation of different technical branches that are represented in technical topics that are represented in GCPR this year. We are grateful for all the contributions from all of the authors and their supervisors, and but we had to make a decision. So I would like to congratulate Felix Draxler, Christoph Schnör, Ulrich Kötte from Heidelberg University for their characterizing the role of a single coupling layer in affine normalizing flows, which got an honorable mention. Felix is here.
Many thanks.
Thank you for your contributions, Felix. We had a really nice talk from you also in the joint session of GCPR.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Okay, our next honorable mention is from Ramakrishna Kandupuri, Jan Achterholt, Michael Möller, and Jörg Stückler from Max Planck Institute for Intelligent Systems, Tübingen and University of Siegen. Their paper had the title Learning to Identify Physical Parameters from Video Using Differentiable Physics. If Ramakrishna...
Yeah, hi. Yes,
here.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for recognizing our work. And yeah.
Congratulations. Best of luck for the future research. Very interesting work.
Yeah.
And finally, I would like to invite Annika Hagemann for the Best Paper Award, together with Moritz Knorr, Holger Jansen, Christoph Stiller from Robert Bosch GmbH and Karlsruhe Institute of Technology on for their paper on bias detection and prediction of mapping errors in camera calibration. Annika,
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm really honored, and yeah, thanks also in the name of my co-authors, Moritz Knorr, Holger Jansen, and Christoph Stiller, and for the organization.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to read your paper.
Thanks.
Okay, this concludes our award session. Now we can move forward with the rest of the program. Thank you for attending this session.
So it's now a pleasure to make kind of an announcement. I hope you also enjoyed the conference, as I did. It was a really great conference. Even an online conference is not straightforward to organize as a physical conference. But anyway, we have to look forward. And I'm welcome you, invite you to join us at the University of Bonn next year at GCPR. So the conference will be like end of September, hopefully in person, maybe also virtual, but we hope that we can do it in person. It will be at the campus Poppelsdorf, directly in the heart of the city of Bonn. So the organizers, I'm very good supported by my colleagues. So Christian Baukhage, Alexander Schwing, Michael Möller, and also great support by Wolfgang Förstner, who was also this year in the award committee. I hope that you had some time to also enjoy the talks, what we have seen on Monday, this invited session. And I'm very happy to actually announce that this kind of the session we will also have next year, but not only like a half day, but a full day, compact with like high quality invited speakers, where they talk about cutting edge research, but also what are the unsolved problems in patent regulation. So this session will actually be helpful maybe for your next research proposal or for next research paper. After the session, it's very important to also have time for networking. We'll have time to have location to nice restaurants and also the conference dinner.
Interruption, we cannot see your slide progressing actually.
Oh, so it's not working. That's not good. So I have to let it start. Let me check it. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. So this was just for the special session. We will have it also next year. That's we have it seen it on Monday. It will be like a full day. And after the special session, I hope you will be then inspired to have some nice evening. Also at the conference dinner directly next to the River of Rhine. But we'll also have the opportunity to have some bars and restaurants which actually close by. And if you have some additional time, feel free to enjoy the city of Bonn. It's very rich in culture, like Beethoven. There are nice museums like Haus der Geschichte. There are many parks directly close to the conference center, botanical gardens. I mean, the cherry blossom we will not see in September, and also nice location. So I hope to see you in Bonn. And in case that I have not won an award this year, maybe next year, 2021 Bonn, where I can hopefully see you in person. Okay, see you in Bonn. Bye.
So, okay, so it's now on behalf of also my colleague Michael Krone, my pleasure and honor to close actually VCBM, the 10th symposium on the visual computing for biology and medicine. And let me start my presentation. Okay, so what I want to do now in the next minutes is to give a little bit of a backlook also for these last 3.5 days, and also to actually present a couple of awards actually. So this was our program at a glance for the last 3 days or 3.5 days. It was very tight and I think a really nice program. I hope you also enjoyed it with many different types of sessions. And so here, let me just briefly recall, we had 9 full papers for the special VCBM track, 8 short papers. We had a poster session with 4 posters. We had in parallel the image contest running where we asked you to vote, and I will come to that when we actually award the best contest, the best images. We also invited 2 papers from the special section of VCBM 2019 from last year. And we had 1 practitioner talk by Florian Grimm for as an invited talk. We had this, just to again acknowledge and thank our large program committee who did great work on reviewing our papers, and were very important also to award our best papers that I also will award in a minute. I want to remind all the presenting authors to consider sending out their paper as an extended or revised version to the special computers and graphics special section. And I also again remind you of the important dates, most importantly, obviously, the submission due date, beginning of January 2021. So with this, I want to extend my thank yous also to the session chairs, specifically for the VCBM sessions, Anna Vilava, Nova Björn Sommer, Helvig Hauser, Stefan Bruckner, and Martin Falk. Also, I would like to thank Michael Zedelmeier for moderating our VCBM VMV panel. I think that was also a very nice session. I hope you also all enjoyed that. Again, we missed obviously seeing everyone in person, and for you who have never been to Tübingen, you missed these and other nice views from Tübingen, and also obviously also our social events. And this is why I actually tried to make it at least a little bit more lively to give you an overview of many speakers. I am sorry I could not take everyone as a picture while they were presenting. So these are screenshots during their talks or the discussions from, you know, all over the days. And so thanks again also to every speaker and presenter. And now let me come to the awards. So we are very grateful to VRVIS for sponsoring this year's EGVCBM Awards. And let me start with the actual Best Paper Award. So in charge were the full paper chairs, Barbara Kozlikova, Nyska Smith, Michael Krone, who actually set up the jury. And they actually provided me with extra slides, as well as also the sort of awards, also some words about how they selected the best papers, as well as who it is. So the committee are these four: Stefan Bruckner from the University of Bergen in Norway, Katja Bühler from the VRVIS Research Center in Austria, Ingrid Hotz from Linköping University in Sweden, and Timo Rupinski from Ulm University in Germany. So a very international committee. Thanks very much to the committee. And they actually decided on 5 candidate papers that were first based on reviews that were selected actually by the full paper chairs. And they assessed then the best paper on the scientific novelty, application, impact, presentation quality, so also how it was presented during VCBM, and its potential to stimulate further research. They obviously read all the papers, the reviews including the revision reports, and attended all presentations. In the end, they decided for 1 best paper and 2 honorable mentions, and from this candidate pool of 5 papers. Okay, so we will start with the 2 honorable mention papers. And so the winners are, the first one goes to Agayan Oktorayev and Thomas Schulz from the University of Bonn in Germany for their paper, Interactive Classification of Multi-Shell Diffusion MRI with Features from a Dual-Branch CNN Autoencoder. So congratulations to these 2, and especially Agayan for his presentation. The paper presents an approach for iteratively training a classifier, and this is from the committee for MRI fusion data, including a novel CNN autoencoder architecture tailored to the data. So the presented interactive tool is capable of generating interesting results and new insights. The authors will get a nice award from us that we will send out later after the conference. So congratulations. Coming to the next honorable mention. So this goes to actually Michael Krone's group and co-authors and Niklas Brich, who presented the paper together with his co-authors. Now I don't know of everyone the first name. I think it's Christian Schulz, Jörg Peter, Wilfried Klingert, Matthias Schenk, Daniel Weiskopf, and Michael Krone for their paper on visual analysis of multivariate intensive care surveillance data. Here's again what the jury said. This paper addresses an important and challenging topic, the visualization of patient data in intensive care units characterized by high dimensionality and frequency. In particular, it presents several novel and interesting ideas that may stimulate further research. Again, congratulations also from my side, and this is your award certificate that you will get after the conference. And now finally,
I was as surprised as you when I heard of this, so I had no hand in this, and
no, obviously.
5 minutes ago.
I am, yes, absolutely. You are just best paper chair and not in the jury. Yeah, making that clear again. Okay, so finally we come to the best paper, and this is Glance and goes to Astrid van den Brand, Mark Christoffel, Linda Zangwill, Yasmin Rezapour, Christopher Bautz, Sally Baxter, Derek Belsby, Andrew Camp, Sazan Mogimi, Jean Do, Robert Weinreb, Chris Snyders, and Michael Westenberg, sorry. Now, this is a very diverse group, but still I very much enjoyed the talk also by Astrid, and it's for the paper Glance, Visual Analytics for Monitoring Glaucoma Progression. And so here is the applause, and the paper presents a visual analysis approach to support clinicians in monitoring the progression of glaucoma. The work is an excellent example of a design study, including a detailed analysis of the design process and its decision, resulting in a sound and well-evaluated system. Congratulations to the whole group, and in particular to Astrid van den Brand. And again, this is your Best Paper Award certificate that you will get after the conference. Now, it is very likely that these three best papers, so the 2 honorable mentions and the best paper itself, will be invited to the Computer Graphics Forum. And please stay tuned for this. And I'm also wishing you good luck for that. Okay, so with this, I'm now coming to the award for the best short paper. Renata Jolia Raidu and myself, we have been the short paper chairs, and we have not been involved in choosing the best short paper, but we asked a jury, Johanna Bayer and Pere Pau Vasquez, to decide on our submitted short papers. And the two have done also a wonderful job, and thanks again for them. And here is now the award. It's the best paper goes to the authors Patrick Saalfeld, Eileen Albrecht, Wolfgang Danis, Hermann Josef Rottkötter, and Bernhard Prime for their paper Learning Hand Anatomy with Sense of Embodiment. Now, here the jury said that the authors made an innovative use of virtual reality by using embodiment to represent the hands. The authors also made a thorough user study on the usability of the application. Finally, we envision, the jury, important potential utility of the developed software. Many congratulations to the authors. Okay, so next we also hand out an award for the best poster. Our poster chairs and as well jury were Fritz Lekschers and Gabriel Mistelbauer. And I want to especially also thank the two for their hard work on doing this decision. And the best poster goes, and again, he had nothing to do with this decision. I'll just give you a brief view of the poster itself in case you missed the poster session. It actually goes to Marco Schäfer, Arne Kremer, Merve Aktürk, and Michael Krone for their poster towards an enhanced interactive protein sequence diagram. Okay, so congratulations again, Michael, for you in the name of your group. Okay, now finally, we come to the Best Image Awards. Now, very grateful to Peter Mindek, who was our image contest chair, and he actually devised a very great jury, Kari Toverud, Kevin Brennan, and Mesa Schumacher, and you can all see they are all professional illustrators for medical and scientific illustrations. And so those three were giving our 9 images that were submitted, all images were only presented by their image and an abstract, but no author names were shown. So it was anonymous with respect to the submitters. In fact, now that after we've now closed the contest, everyone can see who was submitting which poster. The best image was now chosen by our jury, and it actually goes to the authors Lara Tomhold, James Weaver, Mason Dean, Hans Christian Hege. So congratulations, Hans Christian, for that work too. Daniel Baum for the image with the title Dissecting a Digital Starfish from Micro CT Scan to Classified Ossicles. And let me also read to you why the jury decided for this image. The judges have come to a consensus that this image meets all the three criteria that were aesthetics, ability to communicate information content, and relevance to biology or medicine. The image is striking both compositionally and aesthetically regarding choices of color. The black background works very well as a dramatic contrast to the other colors that are used to define the individual structures of the mineralized ossicles embedded in the skin. The choice of showing different magnifications of the starfish helped orient the audience by using macro to micro visualizations as a communication form, thereby enhancing the spatial relationship of the skeletal elements with respect to one another. The technique that has been developed of automated ossicle segmentation has opened the door to rapid comparison of starfish individuals, which will be a great contribution to biology. It was fascinating to discover that there exists such a diversity in nature within these species. Okay, so that was the Best Image Award, and this award certificate will be sent to our winners. In parallel, we also had asked everyone to participate in the People's Choice for deciding on the best image. And here, that was, I think, a great people's sort of voting. We had 122 votes altogether, and you can now see already the winner, but also the distribution of the votes on all 9 images. It was quite a close call on the first 4, but clearly still a winner. And so from the people's sort of choice and point of view, the choice for the best image goes to the group of Tatjana Hirschmuggel, Tobias Klein-André, Smart Tenglu, and Peter Mindek himself. And let me tell you again, Peter had nothing to do with that decision. So it's for the SARS-CoV-2 variant attacking an epithelial cell. And as you remember from Christian Hege's talk just a couple minutes ago, he also actually decided to present that image in the at the end of his talk. What a very nice way of communicating science and presenting interesting biological facts. So congratulations to the people that created this image for this from the point of view of People's Choice best image, sorry. Okay, with this, I am concluding, but before I finish up, I would like to quickly inform you about upcoming interesting visualization events in the context of biology and medicine. I'm going a little bit more like chronologically. So the next big VIS conference is obviously VIS of October. And I would like to announce a specific panel at VIS 2020 with the title, Why Should I Stay in Academia? And 6 panelists will discuss with participants the controversial and timeless topic of pursuing an academic path in visualization. The organizers are targeting an open discussion on the active choice of staying or leaving, keeping the specifics of our visualization community in mind. So if you want to join that, you can already do this because it's already open. You are strongly encouraged by presenting your questions or statements already now. The actual panel will take place October 27th, so during this, between 12 and 1:30 p.m. time zone from this. Okay, also during this, there will be an application spotlight about recent challenges in medical visualization. This is also very important for our VCBM community. And the organizers are Christina Gilman and Nöska Smith and Thomas Wischgol. It is going to take place on the 29th of October between 12 and 13:30. And they have invited 3 speakers, Bernhard Preim, Eduard Gröller, and Anna Villanova. And they hope to see you, and obviously everyone hopes to see you at this. Now, VCBM 2021 is not as far in their planning as GCPR 2021, but at least we know it's going to take place, hopefully, in Paris in presence. The final date has not been set, but it's also going to be end of September. It's going to be 2 to 3 days. Hopefully, the COVID situation allows a physical meeting. And Mark Barden is in charge. So please stay tuned and visit vcbm.org regularly for an update of the 11th Eurographics workshop on visual computing for biology and medicine. Now, finally, just a quick outlook to Eurovis 2021, which is going to be held in Zurich, 14th to 18th of June. The call for papers, I think, is going to be out very soon, but please find out more on eurovis.org. Here are some glances already from the Zurich location. And then finally, I would like to announce, sorry, this was Eurovis, and I hope I also have a Eurographics. No, I forgot the Eurographics slide to announce, but maybe finally I would like to stop my presentation by just announcing also VISB, which is going to be, that's already decided, also held virtually from March 24 to 26. This is actually visualization of biological data, but I think this is also a very interesting meeting for many people in the audience. So with this, I would like to end my presentation and closing of VCBM. Thanks very much.
Okay, and then I'm going to take over. Thank you very much so far. We continue with the awards for the VMV 2020. This time the committee actually has decided on handing out 2 best paper awards, as both papers clearly stood out of the overall submitted set of papers and were otherwise really on the same level, both from the quality of the paper as well as from the presentation. So the first paper, best paper award, so to say, goes to Lars Kammann, Stefan Menzel, and Mario Botsch for the work on a compact patch-based representation for technical mesh models, which was an innovative approach to dissecting triangle meshes in such a way that you afterwards have a simplified graph of Bézier curves to more clearly see the structure of the actual CAD model. Congratulations. The second best paper award goes to Shivam Agarwal, Gleb Chachev, Michael Wermelinger, and Fabian Beck for their work on visualizing sets and challenges in membership using layered set intersection graphs, which is a complicated visualization topic where data items actually are belonging to sets. This will be visualized as well as the time-dependent changes in which data points belong to each particular set. Congratulations here as well. And similar to the VCBM, also for the best papers of VMV, it's likely that they're going to be invited to the Computer Graphics Forum, but that's to be decided by the editor-in-chief. So much to the awards for VMV, and now I'm going to hand over to Stefan Grumhold, the General Chair of the VMV 2021.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Hendrik. I hope you can hear me all. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you to VMV 2021. It will be located in Dresden at the Technical University of Dresden, where I'm heading the group on computer graphics and visualization. So this is basically here our campus, and it's located in the south of Dresden, and the computer science building where we will have the conference, the VMV conference, is here in the back, close to the forest. And if you look behind, you have a very nice lake and a very nice area to discuss research. Yeah, TU Dresden is now becoming more and more famous, so it's ranked quite high in the worldwide rankings among the 200 best universities. And with respect to DFG funding, it kind of raised its position to rank 6 in the last 25 years. And this is also due to its performance in the Excellence Initiative. So we have a very nice collaboration with a lot of research institutes that are also located in Dresden. So we have 7 Fraunhofer, 3 Max Planck Institute, 3 Leibniz institutes, 3 Helmholtz institutes, and we together share our research facilities and also hunt for third-party funding. And so basically we had been successful as an excellence university for the 3rd time, and currently we have 3 clusters of excellence, one on the complexity and topology in quantum matter. Then CT is one where computer science is heavily involved, where we research basically how to exchange skills between machines and humans. And there we invite currently for an open W3 position on explainable AI. So please apply for that till the beginning of November. And physics of life investigates how life is forming on a physical basis. So here also computer science and visual computing is a lot involved here. Yeah, for VMV, we plan basically the dates at the end of September, which is a little bit overlapping with GCPR. Currently, we plan a hybrid mode that you can come and online or in real person. We have a web address, but the web page is only getting online in the next 2 months. But you can also already easily remember the web page vmv21.tu-dresden.de, and we will again publish in the Eurographics Digital Library and select papers for CGF fast track. So what would be, here are the paper chairs that we have already selected. So if you meet Björn, Marcel or Michael, and want to be a member of the IPC, just tell them, because they will select it in the next month. What is a reason to come physically to Dresden? On the one hand, life is very nice in Dresden. We have lots of bars and restaurants with good food, also vegan food. We have a lot. We have a large number of bars, and Dresden is also famous for its culturally attractiveness. With the Semper Opera, we have renovated the Symphony Hall, 10 theaters, 50 museums, and also a European Center of Modern Arts and a very nicely curated botanical garden. Yeah, and it's close to Prague and Berlin. Yeah, another reason to come is that Dresden is a very green city, one of the greenest cities in Europe, with the Elbe River and National Park Saxonia, Switzerland, Dresden Heide and the various lakes. And so we will also plan for VMV a lot of outdoor activities, joint ones that everybody can participate, ranging from hiking to climbing, maybe also cycling, depending on what the participants want to do. Yeah, currently we have a new rectorate that you see here on the right, and we have a long history of making technical university ecological sustainable. So we have a very strong student movement started already 30 years ago. Then we have a commission on environmental issues, also very old, and we are a certified university with respect to environmental management. And since 2 years, I am the chair of this environmental commission. and the new rectorate wants to focus also on university culture and sustainability. And so my idea is to have also panels where we discuss how visual computing can basically make our world better and more sustainable. So I hope that I have kind of made you think of coming to Dresden next year. But before you book your tickets for the Semper Opera and for the train, don't fly, please. Come with the train if possible. I have to thank, in the name of the VMV steering committee, Hendrik Lensch for chairing VMV this year. He did an awesome job on short notice, kind of changing the organization to a pure virtual mode. I hope that we will manage to do it in a hybrid mode. And so a big thank you in the name of the steering committee. And surely also to the program chairs, but I guess Hendrik will just go on thanking just after my presentation. And thanks from my side, and see you next year in Dresden.
Thank you very much, Stefan. It was very kind. Thank you. I would like to continue. Of course, we've now really reached the end of our program. We would like to give just a small update on the statistics, because I mean, one positive side on having a virtual conference is really that many more people joined the 3 conferences than in any of the years before. You see here the updated numbers. Even during the 4 days of the conference, they were still rising. And we do not just had these conference registrations, we actually also had quite a number of participation in looking at the video stream. So you can see here that sort of we had about, probably by now, about 2,500 hours of watching TV, if you want to. So this was really great that so many people stayed for the individual talks and sessions. And with that, we come to the part where we really need to say a big thank you to quite a number of people who made this entire event overall possible. That is, for one, of course, all those who created the program, this fantastic program, which we have seen in all kinds of different facets, the program chairs of the GCPR, of the VMV, and of the VCBM. And then, of course, the program committee members, probably around 100 people who helped selecting the right papers, the reviewers, the submitting authors, even though some of you might not have gotten your paper in, I think it was great that you at least tried. We would like to thank the session chairs for really running each individual session and summarizing the questions at the end. The speakers, of course, the panelists for the very interesting discussion, and of course our long list of invited speakers and our 3 keynote speakers, Vladlen, Jan, and Hans Christian. Thank you very much. And of course, all that, even though it's now virtual and didn't cost as much as a real conference, we still are really grateful for our sponsors and partners who made it possible. And then, of course, we are really grateful for all you attending and participating in the discussion, looking at the streams, as well as typing questions into Discord. In order to organize that conference, of course, we had also some conference administration. There are the 2 conference secretaries, Kerstin McCaffey and Violaine Liguli. There is Teresa Harbig, who designed the logo as well as the layout of all our slides. And we have to thank Michael Mattison from the Informatik Forum Stuttgart for taking care of all the registrations. The final things and the most important people actually for this conference are actually our tech team. As you can see here, they have really during the last 4 days heavily worked behind the scenes to make all 3 conferences and their corresponding video streams run as smoothly as possible. And I really want to thank Alexander, Jules, Tim, Alicia, and Andreas. So even if something was broken or didn't work at the first time, they fixed it in ultra short time, and afterwards everything was going on flawlessly. And with that, I would really like our tech team to show themselves, open the floor to them, and please everyone give them a very, very large virtual applause. So thanks for this very fantastic job. And with that, actually, we are really at the end. I would like to ask my co-general chairs to also show up. And I think we can only thank you all for joining us, making this really, even in these hard times, a very, very enjoyable event. And I think with that, we can only say we're going to see each other in Bonn, Dresden, or Paris next year. Thank you very much. And goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you everyone for attending and making this such a great event. So without your participation, it would not have been possible.
Bye-bye.